Hello and welcome. In today's tutorial we are going to set up pages on our WordPress website with Elementor. So the first thing that we're going to do is head over to plugins. We will then go add new and then just search for Elementor. Click on install now. And then once installed, we'll click on activate. Now Elementor comes with a lot of features in the free version, but you can also get the pro version. There is a link in the description to have additional features. Now typically you'll be able to make do with just the free features. There are additional plugins that we sometimes use in conjunction with the free version of Elementor, such as the Happy add-ons free version and the Essential Elementor add-ons. So let's head over to our pages. We are going to go to our home page and click on the edit button. Once we're in the edit dashboard, we are going to, on top here, click on the button that says edit with Elementor, and this will open up Elementor and it will take whatever existing content we already have on our page. So you'll see this banner image over here. It imports that into Elementor. So if you are familiar with the cadence video that we did a little while ago, there is basically on each element or each box you have a design element and then the content element. So Elementor works pretty much the same. So let's go ahead and just remove this so that we can start from scratch. You do that just by clicking on the X. Now when you have a blank page in Elementor, you'll have a little plus button for a new section, and then you'll have a option to add from a template. Now the free version does have a little bit of that. The pro version has a large amount of templates available. So when you look at your page, you need to divide it up into sections. So let's say at the top we want a image as we had before. We'll select this full width section, and then we'll go into this little rubrics, and then we are going to just drag this image box into that section. Now on the image box, we just click on there, and then we are going to select our image. Let's use this one, insert, and there we go. We've got our image in the box, but we do want this to be full width. So what we're going to do is click on the top of the container, and here you'll see you have content width. So let's make this full width. And then you'll also be able to stretch the section, so that will make it the full width of the page. Now the image you'll see does not fit the entire width of the page. So how we'll do that is we'll actually remove this image over here. Then we're going to click on the container and then go to Style, Background, select Classic, and then select our image from here. Now when we insert it here, you will see immediately it is full width. Now you'll see on the left here we have got some settings for position, so we'll make that center, and then the size we're going to set to cover. Now you'll see it does cover the entire width, but it is only a small portion. So let's head back there, and then we go to layout, and we're going to go height and select a minimum height. Now you can change this whatever will fit to you, but now we've got a nice full width image and it is the entire page. The next thing that we're going to do is just add some text. So again, click on the Rubik's Cube, and then you just go heading and drag that in there, and this will have our text here. So we're just going to type our welcome text or whatever you want on this hero section, and we're going to center align this, and there we go. So now that is in the middle of our hero section over there, obviously under style, similar to Cadence, we can go typography and then change the sizes of the text, change the font and all that kind of thing. Now with the white text color, it is a little bit difficult to see the text, so we're going to go back to the container, we're going to go back to style, and then at background overlay, just under background, we will select a color as the background overlay. So let's select a black color here, simply by clicking over here, and then there we go. Now you can set the opacity for this, but I think this looks good for what we are going for. Next on our page, let's do a section for maybe our product, so we can go and select, let's say, a 3-column, and then go to the rubrics again, and you'll see here are all the other options. So we can do headings, text, images, video, buttons. So those are the free options, icons as well. And then you've got the pro options available in the pro version. Now some of these you will also find in the free add-ons I spoke about earlier, as I mentioned happy add-ons and essential Elementor add-ons. But definitely what you get with the free version is plentiful, but there are some very unique things you get with the pro version. Table of contents, basically everything that you really need for your page all in one. Now the more plugins you add to add these types of functionality, it is going to add to your page load time and all that kind of thing. So it really is a good idea to have one thing that has all the elements that you actually want. So you'll see there are tons of things in here: progress bars, icon lists, toggle bars. You can do menu anchors, so if you want a menu item to take you to a specific section of the page, that will be your menu anchor. You can even add a sidebar and all that kind of stuff. You also have your WooCommerce things that you can add here. That is also for the pro version. And then you have your WordPress widgets as well. So all your WordPress widgets that you'll normally put in your sidebars or footers or headers, you can also put that in there. So let's go ahead and we'll put a icon image in each of these little boxes. So that is simply just drag and drop, and it will just place it in there. So once you've added your widget or whatever you want to call this, you can just go click on it and then click on page on the left here, and that will take you to your customization options. So you can put whatever icon you want in there. So let's do that one there. Let's do this. Just going to select 3 random ones. I think that looks fine. Now you'll see that there is not a big gap here, and it looks a bit compacted. So what we want to do maybe is just add some space. So you can again just click on your container, and under advanced you'll see here are your margin and padding options. So again, very similar to the kind of settings that you find in Cadence. You can basically customize the shape, the size, the format, and what every container contains. So it is really incredible the amount of things that you can actually accomplish by using Cadence in conjunction with Elementor. Alright, so there's a little bit of space, that looks good, and then we are going to put a heading and another heading and another heading. So with this font, let's make that center line. So simply just click on it, and we're going to click the center alignment button. And I think that looks good. And then what we can do is put some text under here as well. So you'll see there's default text that comes along with that little widget. So let's go ahead and make the center aligned as well. So you'll see on this there is no center alignment button. However, you can click on style and then center align it like that. Now if you have any specific section on your page, you can simply right click on that little pencil icon and you can click on duplicate, and then simply just drag it to where you would want that little section. So it just makes making the content and duplicating it, especially if you've got a lot of things that look similar, pricing tables, sections like this, and so on. Alright, so I think that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and add another section. And again, you can choose all these different sections. If you have, for example, a single column section here, you can also add what they call the inner section. So that will basically give you this main container, and inside of that you'll be able to have another container with 1 or 2 or more columns. If I wanted to add more columns, I simply right click and say add new column, and I can add as many as I want to this. So whatever your particular need is, you'll be able to do it with the containers. So let's add another container, and let's make this one a full width section again. So we're going to click on the container, we're going to click on full width, and we're going to make this our call to action. So let's stretch that as well, just to make sure it goes from edge to edge. And then we're going to add a background image to this as well. So again, container, and then we'll click on style background, and you'll see here are other options on the backgrounds as well. You can add gradients. So let's go and do a gradient. You can also do videos or even a slideshow. So you don't need an additional plugin to have all that functionality. It is really just built in, which is just awesome. So let's go ahead, and our colors are blue, and then we will do, there we go, a nice blue color, and then let's do a black. So you'll see this gradient goes from blue to black, and then you can change the angle as well. So let's go ahead and do that. That looks good. And then we want to do the same thing, just set a minimum height for this container. So just go to height and then minimum height, and that looks good. I want it a little bit smaller, so let's make it 200. There we go. So now we've got that nice little section there, and that looks good. All right. So the next thing we want to do is add something into here. So I want a button and I want some text. So let's do an inner section. Now we've got these 2 columns. So we'll click on the one column, and then just click on it, and then we can set over here the width. So let's make this one 25%. All right, maybe a bit more. Let's make it 35. Okay, that looks good. And then we're going to go over here again to the rubrics and add a button over there. And then on this side, we're going to add some text, and we'll just say here, this is our call to action. And then we're going to right align this, and then our button, that's fine, we can leave that like that. But under style, you can again change the typography, change all the settings of that button. So what I do want to do is just add a little bit of padding on this text here so that it centers with our button. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll just add to the top, add a little bit of margin over there. Now Elementor also allows you to view in either desktop mode or in mobile mode. So if you click on the responsive tab, there is what our site will look like on a mobile device. Now obviously you want to customize this for each. So when you click on that little button, you'll be able to now specifically customize for mobile. So you'll see on the left over here it says mobile. So once we select this responsive mode, now we are customizing specifically for mobile. So if we want this on mobile to be centered, we can do so. So just click on your item and then click on alignment as center, and with this mobile little icon over here, that means it's only for mobile that we're editing now. So if we go back to responsive, you'll see it still looks the same over there. So let's go ahead in this column, let's just make it 50. I think our text is not that big, so that looks good over there. Now you'll be able to add as many columns as you really need to, and it is as simple as adding your section firstly, and then going to the rubrics and then dragging in and dropping whatever you need to. So if you wanted to add a video, again add the section, and then rubrics, just add your video element over there, and that's as easy as it is. So if you wanted to change this video, click on it, and then on the left under content you've got all your settings for that little item. Now you can customize all of those, and then when it comes to your styling, you'll do it over here. Click on style, and you'll normally have your typography, color settings, all of that kind of stuff over there. And then under the advanced tab you've got things like your margin and padding and all that kind of stuff that you need. So just keep in mind to have your actual item be full width, that you set in the container itself. And then if I didn't want it, you'll see like this one is just boxed. So you'll have some sections that are full width and some that are boxed, just depending on what you need. So let's make this one full width as well. Just go ahead and click on the container, full width, and then stretch, and you'll see immediately that is full width over there. So I mean, that looks awesome, I think. We can also go ahead and change again, like I mentioned, under style, and now we can change the color of these little icons here. So there we go, and that is how you do it. It's very, very simple. And then for each item that you actually put in, you can go ahead and change all the styling elements. You can change the padding for each little thing that you actually put in. And the awesome thing about Elementor as well is you'll see when we click this little globe icon, it pulls through all our global colors and fonts from our theme. And it also allows us to actually set global colors and fonts within Elementor itself. So just depending what your needs are, but if you have watched our previous video and set up all your global colors and fonts in there, it will automatically pull through in here, and it just makes it so much easier to make everything look nice and consistent and look the same. So that's pretty much how we add a customization to our page with Elementor. If you have any questions and want to know how to do something specifically, please pop us a question in the comment and we'll look at doing videos on those specific questions. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. We'll really appreciate it, and it will also allow you to be updated as soon as we publish new content. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.